Hi and welcome to Budget Model Railways. So today I thought I'd run some trains for a change. Tend to do a lot of sort of building videos, but it's really about playing with trains and running trains. So I thought I'd just run a few through my N gauge layout. This is the one that is only 1 metre by 40 centimetres or 39 inches by 16 inches in old money. So it is very compact. It's got 12-inch diameter curves as opposed to the 8-inch diameter curves, which is the standard first radius. That works really well because most of the Kato stock is designed to go round 12-inch diameter curves, because in Japan, unlike the UK, they don't have this thing of they'll only go around second or third or fourth radius curves. So this actually is a 260 tender locomotive that goes around this quite happily. So the layout, if you're not familiar with it, has a number of different scenes, which is the way I work to make it all sort of give you more for what you've got rather than just doing one scene. So we've got a bridge there, runs over a dry river, through a bit of a cutting, wooded cutting, girder bridge, dry riverbed, through the industrial and goods area, there's a shunting yard there, station, and then out through another cutting, retaining wall and town, and back out. Now this end, excuse the panning, rather than have the kind of obvious second tunnel mouth, I've actually hidden the entrance behind a load of trees, which works rather well. So let's show a few trains running. So that's the steam one that I've just said about. Runs around there quite nicely. Don't often run steam, so I thought I'd run steam for a change. Then next round, this is one of our 3D printed loco bodies on a Kato chassis. Those Kato chassis really are quite something now. Very smooth and powerful runners. That will pull about twice that, in fact, even around these short curves. And those and the steeple cab locos that really got me started again on N gauge. Just going to sort something out in the fiddle yard. Suppose I should have shown that really. Let's gently come over the back here. So that's my fiddle yard. So that's quite important actually in making it a useful layout, because there's a 3-road fiddle yard there and a little bit of a spur where I can put rail buses and trams and that sort of thing. Actually, I suppose that's quite a good shot. Shows you the plan of the scenic layout. I'm often asked what's the plan. Flexi track curves, obviously. So there we go. And that's just going to run round again. I will just stop it there actually. So that wagon there, that's something Doug 3D printed for me. So that's a relatively short container wagon. So he 3D printed all the underframe as well. He's done some much longer versions, sort of double that, sort of 80 feet, that are painted up really well. So all the chassis and everything there is 3D printed. Just the bogies are bought relatively cheaply for a couple of quid from China. So it makes some really, really cheap wagons. It's another advantage of N, in fact. So the covered wagon there at the front is a little Kato one. They're £8 new. Immense detail, beautifully free running metal wheels. That one I bought for £5 second hand on eBay, because nobody really wants second-hand Japanese N-gauge wagons. Because I model freelance, that doesn't really bother me. So I end up with some really nice, very smooth running wagons. So I've gone down the other end here now. So these are the wonderful Kato freelance steeple cab locomotives. I've got all 4 colours actually. I've even got an orange one, which is the US one, where Doug changed the couplings for me. And they are just fantastic little locos at that price. Very good runners. Again, all second-hand Japanese wagons there. All cost me £5 each for big double bogie wagons. I've got a UK outline one. I won't say the name of the manufacturer to avoid libel. Fortunately, I only paid second-hand for it, but it was an awful runner compared to these Japanese ones. As I say, because I run freelance, doesn't really bother me what I run. And we have the newest addition to my fleet, which is my classic tram from Kato through Train Tracks. 4 different colours, very, very good price. I really couldn't agree. We've had some nice comments on these, 1 or 2 saying that people thought they were a bit basic, but actually I'll do you a bit of a close-up when it comes round. And they're actually really nice little product. As I say, a lot of the rural lines in Europe run these sort of trams, so the fact that it's a tram doesn't really mean that it can't run through the countryside or operate as part of your passenger service. But there you go, see. Lovely detail on that. And just looks great. And at such a reasonable price, about £61, brand new. So it gives you a nice passenger service there. So I'll run that around while I do a slow pan. And at some point I'll do you a video of shunting in the goods yard, because the goods yard's in effect a ingot shunting puzzle. Because it's got 3 lines. Now I do have some editing problems, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try running some different locos, but if the video suddenly ends, it's because my editing didn't work. I had problems with the camera, so if it comes to a sudden end, just enjoy what you've seen. But I will try and run some different things now and see how long before I press the wrong button and stop the video.